regular meeting, November 19th, Tuesday, for the Harrison County Board of Education. At this time, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Listen, that was a great pledge. Lead us. If you'd like to lead us and do it again. All right, stand up. All right, come down here. Come on, come on. Come up front. Come up here. Come up front. Both of you, come on. Long to the national. All right, you guys come here and lead us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's right. Upstage, you didn't. All right, next we have special recognitions and presentations. We have Dr. Nelson, Kelly Nelson, walking in just at the right time.
So it does start at 6:30, huh?
That's-
About 26 years, you should figure that out, right? So any day you're down here at these meetings, and either your kid's fate or your fate's not being discussed in executive session, it's a good day. Any day you're here and you get to give away checks that the community has helped you raise, then that's a great day. If you happen to be able to give those checks away on National Jody Sperry Day, that can only be termed an outstanding day. A big driving force what Medbrook Children's Charity does revolves around Jody Sperry and her team. They were really the angels among us. How the whole thing started, was to fund them. 26 years ago, I rolled in a lot thinner, a lot more brown hair, dropped off the first check and said, we'd be back. 26 years later, we're back. Over those 26 years, we've given just over $1 million to the school board. Tonight's going to take it to just over $1.1 million. And just shy of $2.2 million inside of Harrison County. And it's not me, it's the board who's going to be here at 6:30 for this 6:30 meeting. I've said it a million times, I might be the face of, I might be the voice of, they're the heart, the soul, the real workings of this charity are Harrison County. It's Harrison County supporting Harrison County doing all the right things. From the get-go, from the jump, we've supported two things. One of them has been Children's Apparel Program. I met with administration here a few weeks ago. It's in pretty good shape right now, so it doesn't get a check this year. We've supported the school nurses discretionary fund from the jump. We're here to do that again for a total of $15,000. A couple of years ago, we helped found something called the Families in Transition Fund, which is just what it says it is. It takes care of those families that are looking for housing, that are looking for that bridge. We're here to bring them a check for $15,000. And last year, we started donating to something called the Adaptive Equipment Fund. It's the physical therapists and the occupational therapists within the school system. It takes care of those kids that need the iPads, the tricycles, the adaptive equipment, and all that business. We've got a check tonight for them for $20,000. So we're back with $50,000, and it's all yours. Here's what else I say. When I met with administration a few weeks ago, we decided we've been stuck in the mud. We've been at $50,000 now for too many years. So our challenge to you and to administration and to you, Jody, and to the PT and to the OTs and to the families in transition is it's time to think bigger. Let's fund some bigger projects. Next year when I'm here, make me bring more money down. To that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Nelson, and to your board. You guys have a wonderful organization, and you've been very supportive, and we really appreciate everything. Thank you very much. All right, let's jump right into Jody Sperry, 2025 recipient of the Excellence in School Nursing Leadership Award. West Virginia School Association of Nurses. Member of Harrison County Schools as a major award for 2025. Jody Sperry was named this year's recipient of School Nursing Leadership Award. He's an active member of the West Virginia Association of School Nurses, as well as the National Association of School Nurses.
Supervisor.
Yes,
And my
your
nurses
that are here.
Come on up.
Jody was recognized at
Oglebay.
celebration at Oglebay last Friday, and we have people from all over there to recognize Jody. We can't really say enough. I think about all the things we've been through.
We have COVID trauma.
COVID trauma, we've had a lot of issues, but just the day-to-day things that we deal with and take care of is remarkable. We have a lot of needs, and our nurses are there on the front line, taking care of a lot of things happening in our schools. So we appreciate you very much, because you are frontline people. So this is a certificate from the board
Thank you
for
very
your Excellence in School Nursing Leadership Award.
much. Appreciate
Do you want him up here? Would you like?
Yes,
you're our, he's our,
Let me
yes,
go to the end.
he's our,
That way we're. Come on up.
you're our medical director. He's our expert.
He is our
He's
expert.
our medical expert.
Who can't tell, who can't
Can't
tell
tell
time?
time.
All right. While I'm up here, and I have Dr. Nelson, because I didn't get to talk about him, he just talked about me. We don't realize how lucky we are in Harrison County. We are the only county in the state that has a fund that allows the nurses to service students that are underinsured, like they only pay for one pair of glasses and they birth their glasses, or they're just uninsured. So we do everything from office visits, prescriptions, glasses, dental appointments. We do it all because he gives us the money to do it. So I can't thank him enough for what he does for our county, plus all the other stuff that he funds. But of course, the Nurses Fund is special to us because it allows us to be the hands and feet on the ground for Medbrook Children's Charities. So thank you.
The only thing I'll trump you with and say, it's not he, it's we.
Yes, we.
Absolutely, this community taking care of this community.
Yeah.
I've said it before, angels among us. You know who the working poor is, you know who falls through the cracks. We're here as long as I'm taking a breath of air to fund you ladies doing what you
Well,
do.
thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Nelson, maybe we can make a contest between the administration to see what we can do to get you to bring more money this year. Next year.
That was a challenge.
That's a challenge. Thank you. All right, next we have Coach Dave Marshall. I don't think he's here this evening. We'll get him to another meeting. He was the 2024-2025 West Virginia Coach of the Year for boys basketball this year, high school. This will bring us down to Liberty Middle School, the mid-8 football champions for 2025. Congratulations. Would you like, Mr. Tucker, would you like to assist with the certificates? Okay.
And I didn't win it, I just coached it.
Great idea.
Coach Howard.
We even got 11 people. We ain't even got basketball.
That's right, some of you's at basketball.
Yeah.
These are in order, so if I Are they the same? I guess they.
Gonna say a lot of them are different brackets.
Oh, there's a lot going on,
Yeah.
so we appreciate
So
it.
you just take them all with you?
Yeah, we'll make sure everybody gets them.
And I
Absolutely.
believe we have Mr. Rogers here. He's the,
Yes.
would you like to come up? I want to read the statement because I think this is a big deal that you're here and have this honor. The Liberty Middle School Mountaineers made an unforgettable mark on their first season after consolidation, proving that unity and hard work can create something truly special. Bringing together players from different schools and backgrounds, the Mountaineers quickly bonded into a powerful team built on trust, determination, and pride. Their chemistry showed on the field as they stormed through the season undefeated, outworking and outplaying every opponent in their path. The team's grit and discipline shone brightest in the conference championship, where they secured the title in dominant fashion. The Mountaineers' perfect season not only brought home a trophy, but also set the foundation for a new legacy, one defined by teamwork, discipline, and the spirit of liberty. So congratulations to the team for a job well done. So you deserve the honor. We'll read the names. Let's recognize the coaches. We had John Mayer is coach. Steve Hastings, the coach. I think you're probably just going to. Yeah, they're at the end. Randy Gorby and Richard I. Quinta are your coaches. So let's recognize these boys. Xavier Turner, Josiah White, Austin Miller. I'm going to say this wrong. Jameer, sorry about that. Jameer Holmes, Jameer Holmes, Josiah Whaley, Anthony Morris, Caden Davis, Kayla, that's okay, you can clap. Caleb Gibbons, Colt Showbridge, Frankie Butler, Lucas Ware, Zachary Cremens, Malachi White, Daxton Barnett, Braxton Wood, Hayden Groves, Colby Mayo, Chayton Collins, Anthony Lockett, Brantley Baldwin, sorry about that, Colden Lehman, Ian Barksdale, Jackson Garvin,
Sometimes I'm giving out awards.
Luke Riley, Jordan Cottrell, Caden Workman, Jax Knapp, Colton Jackson, Michael Nay, Colton Constable, Maximus Smith, Jaden Payne, Jace Godfrey, Landon Heater, Jake Casto, Austin Lipscomb, Jebediah, is that Grega? Grega?
Yeah.
Okay. Braxton Chase. And then of course, our coaches. So, hey, this is really something to be proud of. Do you like to say something?
Me? No.
No?
Let coach say something.
Well, it goes with-
Did you get certificates?
Well,
Well, fine.
They're on the stack. They didn't end up in order. The way you read them, so.
Well, who's the two gentlemen?
Listen, we know, before, we'll let the coaches speak, but we know how important it is for parents. You guys are taking them places and getting them places and getting them to games and taking care of them. So we're just so happy that you could bring them here tonight so we could recognize them and just say what a job well done. So if you are one of the parents of one of these children, would you either stand up or let us recognize you as well? There's a lot going on this time of year, so we know that there are other sports and other things happening, so we appreciate it so much. Now I'm gonna let the coach speak.
Just wanted to say, being the consolidation, of course, you hear all the bad things about consolidation and, oh, it's not going to work. Not as many kids are going to get to play this, that. And I think it's just the opposite. And I think people will figure that out because not only at our level, but like RCB this year had a freshman program. They played 8 JV games. It will all work out. And everybody was worried about, oh my gosh, they're going to come together. Well, when they go to the mall, they're all together anyway. So they only live 5 miles apart. I mean, so that's not an issue. And these kids molded together. They did everything we asked them to do. And we're a pretty disciplined coaching staff. We're probably the oldest coaching staff in the state, I would imagine. I'm 61 and I'm the baby of the group. So we kind of do things the old way. But I think proof's in the pudding. We scored 356 points this year and give up 52. So, and all the guys got to play and they all got better. And they'll continue getting better. And I think people are going to see that, you're going to see Liberty Middle School here a lot more, getting a lot more recognitions about doing good and doing what's right. And not only on the sports field, but academically also, because, we strive. Coach Iquina goes once a week and checks on grades, checks if you're tardy, checks. I mean, the man is.
You hear that, boy?
A master. Yeah, and they know that. They're being watched, and we really care for them because I told them at the beginning of the year, I said, listen, guys, I'm going to treat you like you were my own child. I said, and in the end, some of you may not want that because, I try to be disciplined and, put that out there so that we can become good citizens and good people, not only just good athletes. But that's all I have.
Is there
You
any
have
players
anything
back there?
Yeah, we have a couple.
Did you get everybody?
Come on
If
up.
you can come up with your players.
I think Braxton just come in, didn't he?
We'll get a picture here in a minute.
Did Jackson come in? I didn't see one from him. Did you? We'll make sure they get one. Yeah, we have a couple we may not have. We'll give you the
Okay.
names.
Okay, that's good. Right, well,
Here it is, I found that.
oh, okay. Would you guys like to say something? I mean, we were.
It's stuck. Now, Mr. Rogers got the whole ball wax here now.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers, by the way, has been at both schools, not just at Mountaineer Middle. He has been administrator over at Washington Irving also, so.
But yeah, we appreciate you all honoring us and,
Well, we're gonna take you up on having you here off.
all right, sounds good.
Yeah. And we'd like to get a picture if you boys want to hold your picture.
Would you like to? He wants to run.
Was you able to keep him under control?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God he takes after his mom, not his dad.
Thank you all.
Thank
for
you.
coming. Thank you.
All right, next we have Liberty Middle School Mid-Mountain 10 Girls Cross Country Champions, Morgan Pitzer. Is she here? All right.
Representing Liberty Middle quite well. I was looking at that. stand up. Hey, this is Morgan Pitzer, and she is the girls' cross-country championship for 2025 for the Mid-Mountain 10. So congratulations. Thank you. Yes. Mr. Rogers?
Got coaches.
Oh, yeah, coaches, sorry. I'm missing the coach. What's coach's name? I don't think, do I have that? No? What's your name?
He didn't win anything.
Do you have a name?
Yeah, Mr. Alcott.
Mr. Oh, yeah, Mr. Alcott.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I didn't mean
You
it that way.
gotta read all the
Mr.
stuff,
Alcott.
all the good stuff you said about Morgan.
Oh, that's right. Would you like to say something?
You know what? All the athletes that you want to represent your school, the program, the county, this is it. A quality person, a quality student, a great athlete. You don't have to ever worry about Morgan. When we would show up to the meet, you could hear the chatter. They wanted to know, follow Morgan, stay with her. And you can't find a better person who's congratulating every single runner, regardless of where they finish, cheering on her teammates, staying even after she ran. Great captain, can't ask for much, and she's more than deserving of this.
Congratulations.
Yep, mom and dad,
Can you hear? Would you like to stand up?
stand up, Mike.
Yep. Getting you places, so. All right, I guess we'll do a picture.
Nearly as big.
Yeah. I was like, we should have done her first, right? So, hey, it's good. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Congratulations. All right, next we have South Harrison High School FFA, National FFA West Virginia Cattlemen's Classic winners. Santilli will give those out as well. I love the FFA, I just have to say, sorry, it's wonderful. I think it's a great program. My daughter participated in it. I think you guys do a wonderful job. It teaches you so many different life skills. So I'm glad that you guys are here.
Yes, and I have to add that too. The only disadvantage when my son was in FFA in South Harrison, we were at the grocery store and he said, "Mom, you're not allowed to buy beef anymore." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Because you look at the price and you should be looking at the marbling." So you don't argue with a 6', 16-year-old who wants good beef. But anyway, so congratulations, and you all should be so proud of yourselves and your family. Okay, so first we have Isabella, well, I should tell you what they won. Food science and nursery landscape teams both received bronze placements at the National FFA convention. Huge honor. So we have Isabella Carroll. Yeah. Congratulations. Elena Durkane. Is Elena Durkane here? Adam Markle. Savannah Holt. They deserted you. Amelia Marshall.
All the things
Okay,
happen.
that was the food science team. And now we have from the landscape team, Owen Baker, Penelope Blake, Keith Linger. Okay. Which one, who's your dad? Keith. One of my students.
Congratulations.
And Nathaniel Linger. No. Okay, also Keith and Nathaniel received individual silver placements in the nursery landscape contest.
Another certificate?
And Nathaniel should have,
Yes.
Nathaniel, okay.
Are they brothers?
Yes,
Are you
yeah.
brothers? Well, then I'll just give you Nathaniel.
And chapter vice president Delaney Lowther, she's not here. She earned first place individual in the youth age division at the 3rd annual West Virginia Cattlemen's Classic Judging Contest held at the State Fair in Lewisburg. So congratulations. We have Brandon Solers, this is the new FFA teacher, his first year there, right? I'm going to hand you those to take back. Is there anything you'd like to say?
That's just a good group of kids, and we're doing lots of things and going to be doing a lot more things in the near future.
Space Day next month.
You came down.
Yeah.
Why do I have to start falling?
The cooler's there, ready to go.
Congratulations
Thank you.
for coming in, and thank you for taking the time.
Mr. Vaughn, you're here with us all the time.
That's good. Very good.
And South Harrison. Mr. Solomon, we're looking for another card this year. This one's been here since last Christmas.
We'll be working on
All
it.
right, okay.
Y'all can escape if you want to. I mean, there's a lot more fun coming.
All right, next we have Mr. Pat Jack, West Virginia Retirement Plus Deferred Compensation.
CES, I need to come and I clear the room for you. How you doing?
Good.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So, my name's Pat Jack, I'm Director of West Virginia Retirement Plus. Basically what West Virginia Retirement Plus, it's 457B plan. It's offered through the State Treasurer's Office. It actually came over to our office 2006, 2007. The legislature sent it over because it was at the retirement board and they weren't giving it a whole lot of attention, and they wanted it to open up to local governments. Since then, we grew it. It was $58 million in 2006, 2007. We have about $453 million in assets today with over 20,000 participants. We have 333 subsets, which would be boards of education. We have a little over half the board of educations in the state of West Virginia. And cities, counties, we have all but one county commission, and that's Putnam County. But anyway, we have a lot of municipalities, PSDs, airport division, or airport authorities, and things of that nature. Basically what 457 is, it looks a lot like 401k. It differs in the fact that because only public employees are allowed in it, people can retire before they're 59 and a half. They can get to their money if they're in pre-tax contributions, and there is no 10% penalty. That's what differs us from any other retirement plan. And only a 457B can you do that. You have firemen, state policemen, a lot of different people that can retire at 50 or 20 years. So they get a 457. They can use that money. We talk to people about how do you bridge the gap from 50 or 55 to age 62 to get Social Security, or like myself, 62 to 65 to get to Medicare. If you put money away in this, it gives you an opportunity. I noticed on your thing, it talks to you all through TSA a 403B. A lot of times those 403Bs are more expensive because they're an annuity product. It's an insurance product. We are all mutual funds. So when you're investing with us, the administrative cost is 23 basis points, and it's not more than that. We don't allow Empower or whoever would control the plan. Empower has the contract for another 5 years. We just signed a contract in July 1, so they advanced for another 5 years. Before that was ING and Voya, but we get through, and we don't allow them to charge your participants any withdrawal fees, any hidden yearly maintenance fees, back-end fees, or anything like that. 23 basis points is all we pay on administrative fees. Our mutual funds are usually at a lower cost than you can find outside because we have $453 million in assets. So we work tirelessly, and we take the fiduciary responsibility of looking at those investments for your employees, because we meet quarterly. We hire a investment consultant from Roanoke, Virginia, called Sageview, Richmond, Virginia, called Sageview. They come in meet with us quarterly. The CFO, Board of Treasury Investments, sits on that board. The Deputy Treasurer sits on that board, and also our legal counsel. And we go over the investments to make sure they're meeting benchmarks. Meeting benchmarks, then we move them out. We think that if they're not meeting benchmarks, our participants aren't happy, so we'll replace them. With an investment, it looks the same. We usually get that investment at a lower cost, and it's meeting benchmarks. So those are the things that we do in the treasurer's office. We have 2 financial advisors from Empower that's stationed in West Virginia. Actually, one just lives right down the road. You throw a rock and hit her house. Her name's Catherine Preston. She's always available to your participants, so there's an easy online access. They can schedule a meeting, goes right into her calendar, and she's available at any time for your employees. So main thing, it doesn't cost you a penny. The only thing it does is poor old Whitney has to figure out how to run through payroll. Because anything that goes into a 457 plan has to come out of payroll, unless it's another retirement plan and somebody rolling it in. The reason I'm here tonight, I got a phone call a month or so ago, and the girl asked me if she could get into 457, and she was from Harrison County. I said, sorry, you can't. You ask why people want to get in 457 or why you should offer it. I had a contractor call me a year and a half ago from Harrison County. What he was trying to do is get his wife to max out the 403B and the 457 because he didn't have an access to a quality retirement program. So they can wash her salary out through these different situations. And they can max out the 403B and they can max out the 457. 457 has, next year will be 24,500 maximum limit. If you're over 50, you can add 8,000 to that, so it'll be 32,500. There's an even higher limit if you're 60 to 63, and you can actually, if you're 3 years from normal age of retirement, and what we suggest normal age of retirement is depending on what retirement system. If you're in tier 1, then you'd be off the rule 80. If you're in tier 2, then it's 10 years within 7 years of retirement and age 62. So we do all that, but if you did that 3-year match, you put up $49,000 in it. So I'm here to see if you all would like to offer your employees West Virginia Retirement Plus. And answer any questions you have.
That's only new business. I would say, being we're in special recognition presentation section, if there are any questions now, we could ask questions of Mr. Chairman.
So how many school systems do you say use this in West Virginia?
Don't hold me to it. I think 32, you would be 33, it might be 33, 34. TSA has a strong hold in this county. They just don't want their employees, and most time the administration don't want their employees to take on something more. But I've had calls from all those counties, really have. Most of them.
How are you offering it to the employees? How are you meeting with them?
What we do is we'll actually run some case live, we'll inform employees on how they can schedule with we'll go to our newsletter.
Way I see,
Also include flyers to them.
because it's so hard to get employees in the school system, and really, I'd rather talk to anybody but school teachers.
You're trying to sell us, right?
Yeah. Well, I've been in front of some school teachers and said, does your kids act like this? But no, the way I see it work best is probably Jefferson County. They put us on our portal for all the retirement benefits and all their benefits page of their, and they go in there and see that. I'm assuming the young lady that called me was searching 403B versus 457.
So employees would just make their own private appointment.
If they called us, we would come and meet with them. Catherine would definitely come and meet with them because she lives right here. I live in Buchanan. I go to different school systems. It's just hard because most school systems want you to come in those 3 or 4 days before school starts when the teachers don't have any students and they're not, it's really hard to talk. But we do that. We will go wherever asked and do whatever you all feel needs done. We're just here to support. Main thing, nobody in front of your employees ever make the commission. We don't allow that through Empower, through our contract. So Catherine works on salary and she works off the 23 basis points. It doesn't do her any good to try to sell a program. And to be honest with you, I told people to buy government bonds before. It's what they needed. They didn't need us.
This is offered through the state?
Yes, it's offered through the state treasurer's office. It was once at the retirement board and then it came over to us in 2006, 2007. A 457 has to go through, be administered through some state entity. And most generally it's with state treasurers.
So it's a state plan.
Yeah. We,
The board wants to become a participant of.
yeah. So basically what you would be doing is piggybacking the state contract. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no downside really, I don't think. Just
Just
Whitney,
never had offered that.
Except for Whitney.
I think until it was brought to our attention by an employee.
I had already mentioned this, try to get on, we just installed it.
Yeah, I remember the employee reached out and asked.
Yeah. So I think counties just came on, depending on who was in that chair, maybe.
Yes, that's what I said, 2007, I think it was, wasn't it?
what's that?
It was around 2007 when we started reaching out to county boards of ed.
Yes, it would have been 2000. When it was at state retirement board, they didn't allow local entities into it. And when it came over to the treasurer's office, we opened it up because we saw a need. We have some small cities that this is the only retirement they offer. They put a little match with it because they can't afford PERS. PERS, they have 9% match. They can offer 3 with ours. And at least it's something for retirement for their employees. We have anywhere from 2 people in a subset to 2,000 or 3,000 when you get over in Jefferson and Berkeley County schools, cities.
All right. Are there any further questions, topics of discussion?
Okay, well, thank you. I'll thin you out one more, how's that?
All right. Are there any delegations? No delegations? Superintendent's update.
I believe that you have in front of you, the physical form. I have this given to me by Shannon. Wanted to just start out by thanking, he's not here, but Mr. Gibson, we were sent like 40 cases of old rotten potatoes by the USDA. And they had the dye in them that we're not allowed to serve. So, but other entities could. So he delivered those to the mission, a mustard seed, and a couple of the warming stations here through the churches. And I just want you to know, I received calls from them on how appreciative they were. One case will feed like an evening meal, like one, and we had 40 cases of those. So thank you to the USDA for that mistake, but he was quickly recognized that we could not serve that. It wasn't something we could serve, and got those out. So I wanted to say thank you, Mr. Gibson, for taking care of that. Also, I had the opportunity, as you know, the levy supports our 4-H programs. We support, give funding for that, and they usually try to invite me to some. Last year we got snowed out. This year I got to go to their fall, it's like a fall evening dinner, and they host, and the cooks, the 4-H students are the cooks, and they create a whole meal, so I get to spend the evening with them, and of course the Harrison County students. And they wanted me to see and wanted to say appreciation to the board, and they gave me a certificate to give to you. And it's actually from Jason Burnside, but we got to spend the evening with them just to see all the activities they do. This one happened to be a family student activity, and it was all sponsored by different 4-H clubs. So it was a great event, I appreciated it, and wanted to just let you know, they said thank you. And they also did some handwritten notes, I brought one, as well as they have one. And then they also said that the money provided by the levy also provides funding for their camps, summer camps. So they were very appreciative, and it's a nice evening, and appreciate them inviting us. So thank you to the board from the 4-H. Also, I did get to, if you were able to go, we had a couple of great plays going on. The Little Mermaid, it's amazing. You see all the talent here, we say it all the time, the talent in the theater department. So great job to Robert Seabird and Bridgeport High School for such great plays this weekend. Now, we're going to get to the fun stuff. Like I said, I gave you a discipline report. Mr. Kirby did meet with, we're doing really almost weekly checks on attendance, so that was an area that we needed to focus on. One of the areas we identified on was possibly coding and what, like, more of a technical type issues. We thought we got to clear that up first. So he did have the attendance secretaries in, and we've done a training with the attendance secretaries, and then we're watching that because, as you know, attendance is an issue, and we're definitely working on that and focusing on that. Each of the schools are coming up with their own type of incentives for kids, but I can tell you, we've got some concerns in some of our buildings. So Mr. Kirby is working on that and working with the individual schools. But we're seeing some improvement already, so I think some of it was coding. So I think that's helping. I'll keep you posted on that. The enrollment numbers have been finally certified, and it is not good for Harrison County. We have a loss of 405 students. And if you have seen any of the news, if you were there, we had a board meeting on Saturday, the concern with attendance or for enrollment. Every county lost enrollment except for Tyler and Doddridge across the state. That is about $2.2 million is what that is for us in state aid fund. So I know Whitney has already done some preliminary figures on that. We have really worked since May to not replace positions if we feel that it's not disrupting services in the building. Ms. Leesburg is not here, but she has really, anytime there's a job, we look at it. She has a conversation with the administrator. It's not always, happy, but, or to the point where we really have to look at positions. We've got a lot of wonderful things in this county that we provide that they're, as one of the principals told us in a meeting, they're great to have, but they're not something that we have to have. So we're going to be crunching those numbers. Hopefully we can transfer. He said that this principal said these are positions that are great to have. Things that are great to have. Well, he's just saying we've got positions.
Official positions.
Yeah, so we got positions that are great to have, but they're not have to. Because Harrison County, we have really worked to provide extra. We have extra, things that, and as Jody was saying, you don't realize till you're around other counties.
Mm-hmm.
And she's one that was talking about the nurses' discretionary fund. We're probably only county that has a nurse in every building.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that with confidence. We have an LPN in every building and 9 RNs.
That's a need, there's a need.
It's an absolute need, but it is not a compliance issue with the state. We are way above and beyond what the state requires us to have because we feel as a county, and you guys as a board, that those are important positions. But, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, we're continuing to lose enrollment. It's just happening across the state. You can see it every day on the news, something in some county where it's affecting, Harrison County, we've been very fortunate for a lot of years. And it is starting to affect the bottom line. So thank you to really Whitney and Tammy for the work just since May. It's in a lot of positions that we were able to reduce before we got to the certified list this year, so. But was the largest number that I have seen.
What's the bottom line?
As far as staff, cuts,
Where
We
we are
don't
now,
know that
where we
yet.
are right now. How many over are we right now?
we have not got the official, they put that up on the screen.
They put
Picture training,
Okay, they do.
about 200, I'm saying, between service and
We
professional.
saw it Saturday.
But they were sending those comps, he said, I thought he said we'd get them this week, Tuesday, and we have not gotten those. So, because they do a lot of, there's positions that are funded partially, not, and so until they get all that out of there, I just want to see the final number. And we'll look at our levy, excess levy, thank goodness that we have that, thank you Harrison County citizens for our excess levy, and I know the community supports us to have additional positions. I think that's why they passed the levy. But we will parse that out and see what that levy will cover with this 2.2 loss and get a better idea. But that's when we put our heads together.
I just, from looking at that on Saturday where we were at this conference we had to be at, I think we were like number 2 in the state of overreach. But as we look at these positions, there's definitely a need there. Obviously, we're going to have to cut some somewhere, sometime.
Right.
But just as an example, when you said about the nurses there, there's a need there. And it was service personnel and professional all together.
How many nurses are left here?
Over?
Yeah.
We've
average.
always been over 100, 140, 100 over.
Right, so it's not like,
Didn't just happen.
No, it did not just happen, and that's because we have an excess levy that allows us
to care.
to have overage.
Okay, I
Counties
can't let
that-
anybody
yeah.
get nervous yet.
No, we're still looking at that, and like I said, Ms. Leesburg's done a great job of already cutting, or we'd be having probably even a different conversation. So, and I know that's hurt in a couple places, but if you're looking at a master schedule and you can go in and make that reductions, you do that now instead of trying to, cut a larger number of years. It's not pleasant. So, but we'll look at that, we'll sit down as a group. Generally, what we do is we'll look at it, we'll be looking at everything. Our offices, schools, everywhere, we'll be looking at everything and then make some decisions and then sit down, look at it budget-wise, and then we usually meet with each school administrator. So, it's a process to get us to where Ms. Leesburg and Whitney will present in February on what those numbers are.
I know as
And then the letters
administrators,
have to go.
I know as administrators sitting here, and whenever you folks from the board or from the county office, there's a difference. People think the board and the county office are the same. But anyway, whenever you folks would come and say, what position can you give up? None. No, we need them all. We need them all. And,
You say that as a principal, right?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we, as a
I did
principal.
it too.
Yeah, right. We all did that
And
because
sometimes we do, we probably didn't do.
it's too difficult to try to.
Well, I know in Anderson County, I think they went through a RIF in, when was I teaching first? 1985, I think was the RIF. So I know we've worked really hard in trying to keep, not having to do that to our staff and actually just doing the transfers and trying to deal with the overages in-house when you, like you said, Tammy. with
And we
Bill.
have
So,
open
yeah.
positions, so, when you're looking at getting into personnel season, you do transfers and you're realigning people.
Right,
You
so
know,
I know.
so there's positions to realign into, so.
I
As
just-
we learned, there's certain positions that we're told we have to have, but no funding for.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
we
we
learned
learned
that
that
on
on
Saturday.
Saturday,
Yeah, we learned that always. So, but not sound the alarm. I just wanted to give you an idea of what our numbers look like and what that meant funding wise. But
In 91, they,
Is it 91?
91.
I knew it was, I can't remember.
Because I was told, I was going to be out of job.
I mean,
and wasn't allowed to go back and bump, couldn't bump the lowest person in their field. And so I got a job, I was gonna be a sub after 18 years. And then I got a job the day before school started back at one of the junior high.
I just want to follow up by saying, I know this board's desire is to try to attempt to, transfer first. We will do all we can to keep, things as we've been doing and just to make sure we're still responsible though, keeping positions. So I don't want people to be crazy alarmed. I just need you to know that we are losing some funding.
But you're also gonna have to look at retirements. When people retire, can we
That's your first look.
look?
That's your first
That's what
look.
Ms. Leesburg.
I mean, I have a feeling, I know a person may retire and that'd be no problem, not refill.
We always have those as our first look. So we will be very cautious and we'll do all we can to keep personnel season. Okay.
That's gonna be the tricky meeting.
Wendy, you have an update this evening.
So the October financial report, you have in your report docs. And you are right now on target with our revenue collections. Thanks to the sheriff. Our own business jobs, collecting the taxes. And also on target for our expenditures. I've not done the budget journal entry yet for the position. Mrs. Leesburg working with Mrs. Knight and Mrs. Mancini have been able to reduce, and that will be coming forth probably in December. January, so you get a better picture of that. The other thing I wanted to bring to your attention was the rates on our board of treasury investment, the permanent improvement fund. The rate there is 4.27% versus where we had it before at 3.95. And so that did earn us an additional $3,000 last month for our permanent improvement fund. So I'd like the board to consider allowing you to move some of that unbalanced money over into a new account. So we get possibly keep additional earnings reflecting overhead. If that's your so wish, and you can let them do it.
What accounts, you're talking about just the permanent improvement fund?
Now, the permanent improvement fund is already $3,000, but because we moved it to this other investment platform. What I'd like to do is do an investment platform for part of the journal. Yes, for that balance pieces of it, on operating amounts that we have in reserve for future problems. And so that we can earn some additional income. Because $8,000 a month, $8,000 a month, $6,000 a year, that helps.
What's the funds, not, what are you moving it to? What investments?
No, it's within the, for treasury investment, we do the same, it would just be a different account. We have accounts separated for improvement and accounts separated for general. And we can get that done within 24 to 48 hours.
Is there a certain percentage that you're looking at?
No, the rates adjust every month. And our rate bank adjusts every time the Fed does change. So the rate that West Virginia Board of Treasury Investment had in October was 4.27% versus the rate we have with the regular bank of 3.9. Those basis point difference adds up to.
Is it adjustable? Is it?
It changes there's additional fluctuation there that shows you the highest it was in September of 24, which was when the interest rates were really high, was 5.11. And then in September, it was 4.29. They adjusted, the Fed adjusted the rate in September, but it only dropped it back when it's either 2 basis points.
So would this be taking business away from a local bank here?
Yes. Our current banking agreements with People's Bank.
Do we have to
Not the entire.
It's not entire, no.
Right, right.
Some of it.
When we went to People's Bank, we had to put out the bid.
Yes, we got out the bid this spring again.
Do we have to do that with the state?
No,
How does that work?
no, we just have to say we want lighting in the mailbox. Yeah.
And what percentage of our funds are you looking at depositing into the savings?
I was looking at maintaining, when you look at the bottom, when you look at the cash balances from 2020 through 2023, the historical thing, I was planning on leaving those balances there, average of those, and investing the excess.
Cash balances. Okay, so you're looking at the cash balances for 2023?
2020, 2022, 2023. And it shows you that there's a narrative in there. We run through about 15 million a month in our expenditures. I want to keep enough in the general operating locally so that we can never have this problem with delayed funding. And I'd like to also say on that part, on November the 3rd, I requested our federal funds for October, and we had all these ones deposited by so it's not in a delay. There was a delay a few years ago due to state aid. We didn't have any reserves locally to pay for some kinds of occurred. So it's just an investment, if you really in and out, we need it.
So you said between 4 and 4.25%? Between 4 and 4.25%?
For the month of October, it was 4.27, for the month of September, it was 4.29. I just need that to make it on the agenda. Further discussion.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it on the next agenda for more discussion.
You want them to have an action or, will that be action if they wanted to take action? Discussion and action, if you choose to, and if you choose not.
What is your time frame for looking at, as soon as possible?
Sooner we do them, I'm more interested in trying to continue operations.
What's the disadvantage of doing that?
24 to 48 hours to be running.
But that being said, we still have money in our general operating funds.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes,
so it's
so
not,
it's not, it's excess.
yes. It's what we have in our fund balances, basically, that we have for reserve for rainy day. Or if we have like a catastrophe event, and we had to like rip blow off or something, and we needed those funds, 24, 48 hours.
these are the holdings that the state uses on the
Yeah.
WP.
You looking at this sheet?
Yeah.
Yes. And I highlighted the first sentence there is that the market pool was a money market portfolio created to invest the majority of the state and local government operating funds. There's some agencies that actually will sweep it in. So they're only sweeping out, they keep it there and they only pull out for them, rate checks for it. I would agree with that.
And we're allowed to do that even though we have the contract with Peoples.
Yeah. We're supposed to invest in money wisely.
And then you said this coming fall, or I mean, it's coming spring.
Spring, we will do another bank day. Another free day.
That's it, bring it on the agenda and
Okay.
and have more discussion on it. Do you know if they changed the funds that are in their holding account, in their holdings? They changed what
And the
entities they invested in?
money market,
Market portfolio?
that's the state board of investments.
They make
Some of
those
the same
decisions.
people that we talked about before we use that.
I would personally, I feel if we do something like that, I'd like to at least make sure that people look at the funds that are in the
They
money.
do.
Yeah,
They do because they're actually investing on state money. So you gotta look at, we either have to be fully FDIC insured or collateralized. or we invest with that state board of treasury investment, and they make sure all of that's done. And there's only certain things you can actually use to have public funds.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions?
Thank you, Whitney. We have a facilities update. Do you have anything you'd like to tell us?
Just a couple of things.
Or transportation?
Mount Derrick Elementary School is coming along. I think I hope we had the final last punch list meeting. And after Thanksgiving, everything there should be taken care of as far as that project is concerned. Simpson Elementary, that project, it's beautiful. They've got the 2 classrooms done. As a matter of fact, I think you should really start moving stuff in if they wanted to right now. They're still working on the multi-purpose room / gymnasium, mainly the floor that they need to put in, and then we have to wait for fire marshal approval in order to occupy those spaces. But it came along really nicely. We were over there last week, and I was very, very pleased with what I was seeing there. So, still got a good bit of work to do outside in the construction area, but the inside has come along really, really nice.
Putting in the new furniture that we saved here when we bought all the furniture. When we bought it, when Mount Deer went in. So it's here, that has come on December 3rd to do it, but they can't use the building until after.
And the only other bigger ticket item I'm doing is I'm working closely with the firm to try to review most of our rooftop units that we have throughout our facilities, air handling units and those sort of things, to kind of give them a score of red, green, or yellow. Red meaning they're 50 years old, you got to replace them. Green means that, you know, they can probably get a few more years out of it. Yellow with some tender care, 1 to 2 years. So it'll give us a better idea moving forward. And when I talk about the CEFP, you'll see a lot of things that I highlighted that are HVAC and air conditioning and roof related, as opposed to some of the other things, which is interesting. I call those things kind of like warm fuzzies. But if you've got a leaky roof and no HVAC, your school's in trouble.
Is there any headway on the Simpson playground?
Actually, there is. We put some costs together, some things that we're going to do internally as far as material. We didn't do labor costs, whether our folks were there or anywhere else, they're getting paid for the day. But for our material costs to get that where it needs to be, it's a little bit just under 10 grand to level that playground off. And then, of course, Simpson has everything else pretty much ready to roll, and the money's available to do the other things that they want to do. So I was really glad to see that. I thought it would be much higher than that, but our guys can do that work, level that playground for just under 10 grand, which is pretty good.
There was some conversation in the back there for that retaining wall, that driveway, but I believe it was CEC that looked at that. And I can't remember who, but it's not really feasible to try to move that and get more yardage.
No.
They said it was not cost effective to do that. So that will come out, and that area will just be grass over and fenced back there. We can't make more yard. Maybe we could do that retaining wall, clear around and get them more, but they said it wasn't really cost effective.
We might have to do some little bit of structural stuff there to hold that back.
That's part of the contract, the work that they'll be doing there. So that's been an exciting project. I'm happy to see that for Simpson. You get them extra space.
Do you have an anticipated start date time on any of that playground?
The new playground?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably not gonna happen until March, April, that time period.
Are they pricing the playground equipment? They usually work with.
Yeah, they've already priced the playground equipment, but they're also looking to see how they can sort of divide off the pre-K, so
Yeah.
they can take the money we had set for that and then with that and get more for the work that they us right now.
Start getting a date right now.
That project's on the.
Get a date now, nail it down.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had really great luck at Mount Deer Elementary with our playgrounds. They went very smoothly, unlike the big crazy. It seemed like it took quite a while. That's practice.
It's a practice field.
practice round. The RCP bid, I did talk with Mr. Jeffers this morning, they're estimating that it should be soon going out. So that's been a job in the works, and then, it looks like mid-December, the SBA will be making their awards. They said it'd be around the 15th of December, I was told today.
That'll be the first phase.
Yeah, first phase for the Bridgeport High project, if we're funded, so. And then, of course, in the spring, we can go for an MIP, which we're working on that. We've got to decide what that needs to be. So, the spring. Just telling you right now.
Hey, listen, we've taken the process, if we don't go ask, we're definitely not gonna get it.
Right, that's right. So,
I gotta ask to get it.
that's right, they can only tell you that.
That's right.
I think that says it all.
Don't think that.
And the other thing, we got a couple more things, I just wanted to, we are watching enrollment, but just to let you know, Robert C. Byrd is sitting at 954. And then, Liberty Middle 759. Welcome. But anyway, but we are, and thank you to Julie for keeping track of that and updating me on that. We were notified by Nate, which is supposed to be a random 2 or 3 schools, well, we have 9. 9 of our schools will be NAEP testing in beginning of February, March. There's one in January. Big Elm Elementary, Bridgeport Middle, Lincoln Middle, Wonderport Elementary, Mountaineer Elementary, Nutterport Intermediate, Simpson Elementary, South Harrison Middle, and Victory. And it is generally 3 or 4, is it not? And we have 9. So
How did that?
it's random. It's random every year.
Very random.
Very random every year. So, and then we do have special ed monitoring happening first week of December. We're already working on that. Thank you, Ms. Miller, for working with the schools, helping them prepare on what's expected. She went on the monitoring, so it's been very helpful. She visited a couple other counties to see what they're looking for, so that's, I'm sure, helpful on your end. So we appreciate that. Appreciate the schools. It's always trying to get through that. I'm sure we're good. Yeah, we're good.
I meant to ask on that 405 student loss in Harrison County, do we know where they went? I mean, we don't know where they're at.
No, I mean, it's hard to know.
Okay.
I mean, I think we looked one time, but we just to see, and it's not really clear down what that is.
They don't have that pool, do they? And when you drop them.
Oh, no, the just after floating.
Yeah.
No.
So do they keep their WEES number if they go homeschool, or do they close that WEES number out? 'Cause I'm wondering if you could
They keep
cross-reference.
it when they re-enroll. Oh, for the hopes. Because they have to get a WEBIS number before they can apply.
And
for
can we track them a little bit through the HOPE voucher and charter school?
I mean,
Because we're still responsible for their attendance supposedly, right?
Mr. Kirby keeps that, there is a portal, and I mean, I can get numbers, but it's not telling us what. That's the thing.
Right, I'm wondering,
I can get
we can know
numbers.
where they go. So for
Yeah.
instance, if we have a student who goes to homeschool that doesn't have a WEES number, does that WEES number then close out? It stays open?
I think it stays open, it stays open. It stays with them until probably they're 18. Or, you mean?
But they
Like
don't, they don't
6 years.
designate it as like out of public school or anything? I was just thinking cross-reference, like where they go with the WEES number. If they enroll at a different school, will it tell you on the WEES number if it's closed, indicating that possibly?
They would use that number for like online charter, right?
But we would not have access to that. But in
Oh.
the elementary schools, you were gonna have an in and out book. I could get their book from last year saying where they went when they left. They left Big Elm, it would tell me they went to Lumberport, they went to homeschool, they went, because you have to drop them to somewhere. You have to know a child's not lost.
I mean, it did affect our pre-K enrollment numbers with the vaccines. We had quite a few, well, Jody could have told me the exact number. I mean, in the 20s of kids that chose not, they were going a different route. Either homeschooled or they chose to do something else.
Specific to the vaccine.
And so that impacted us some.
was just wondering where they went.
Well,
Whether they went homeschool, or they went charter school, or they went, even just moved out of state.
we have several micro schools in this county now, that Lola is dealing with federal programs that just pop up. And, several kids will go there. And then we've had several return to us, but it's been after the count, October count. So that money's gone for this year. It's really, and all the guardrails are on next year. 2026, I can just do what they want. I mean, it's
Who was it, Doddridge, and what was the other county?
Doddridge and Tyler.
That's what I thought of it.
Doddridge and Tyler, and they're not state aid funded. A little tiny bit. So I don't know that they have I guess it would have accurate number counts.
I thought
But
that
their
was-
per pupil expenditures, I mean, we have 6, 7, 8,000 per pupil. It's like 25.
Yeah, well,
I mean, they could just
yes.
offer.
Yeah, they got, yeah.
What's interesting is when we were at the training on Saturday, they talked about that, some numbers, but then Harrison was one of the top 15 counties showing economic growth.
Yes.
So you would think that if there is economic growth, that
It's showing economic growth, but if you look at Harrison County's growth, population growth, no, it's trending down. So there's that piece too. I mean, and low family number, like children numbers. But the trend has been down for Harrison County, like it's just Harrison County in general. I don't know the real answer to it. We're just finding a lot of different things. We have to adjust to what's happening. Hopefully, there'll be some changes maybe. It's not as easy. That's all I have. I think Mr. Hood had an update.
Yes, and I have with me. Career Center is having a career fair on December the 11th. It's in 2 parts. It's from 9 to 11. And then they will have serve lunch, and then we'll start back up at 12 and go to 2 o'clock, so everybody's welcome. They have, as of right now, they have 30 plus vendors that are coming out to, what they're going to do for them. And the construction update down there with all the water situation and the stuff that they have going on. They're projecting their finishing date will be March the 1st. About the water pressures and the lines and about the rest of the lines.
SBA when they have to do a fire suppression system.
Yeah.
That whole building, and they do not have the water pressure
Right,
for the original design. So they had to go back in
and redo some of it. They had a couple change orders
and,
in it
yeah.
and all. And then they, insurance update was, I guess, Harrison County, we're under CHUBB, CHUBB. That's our insurance for, on the children and everything. And now they're going to get involved in it too, down at the Career Center. They're gonna
Well, they had their own policy. They were paying crazy. So
Yeah, they
saving
pay-
them 5,000 by them just joining our policy.
Right. And it's
So
gonna-
yeah, they were paying way more than they need.
And they also, there's an MCBC fiscal agent grant that comes to the Career Center for $30,000. All they do is they get the 30,000 and then they turn it over to Whitney to handle the grant and all. And I guess it's for whatever, she sees it needs to go to. So that was it. And enrollment, they lost 4 students, but they gained 2. So there was a net loss of 2. So they're now down to 369 students. He also made reference that one of the programs down there doesn't have as many kids in it as they would like to have. And we're gonna take a longer look at that. And the program doesn't look like it's gonna pick up any. He may go in and make a change and add a different program into it, into the Career Center. I know Mr. Tucker mentioned something to me, which I'm gonna take to the next meeting. If this one program goes out, possibility maybe see if that would be a feasible program to insert in its place. Other than that, that's pretty much everything I got.
Thank you. We did have our career here, it was at Bird, we had 60+ vendors there, and for all the things happening that week, and we had regional things, it was really well attended. Yeah, so a lot of parents came with their children, and it was really well attended. So, yeah, that's all.
When was the fair career?
December the 11th. I believe that's a Saturday.
Have they thought any more about opening up? Because I mean, I know a few years ago we did the sophomores. And they don't have any freshmen, and of course they didn't get that approved, but I've always thought that it was ideal for a freshman there also.
It's something that can be, presented to them.
Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, they could come out of there with two career fields at that time, plus they have a 13th year. But they've never, and I was on a committee one time for that too, but they never approved the freshmen. I just think that's ideal there because the 8th grade teachers in a lot of buildings can say, hey, this would be a great candidate here to go to the career center.
Only thing I think, one problem they would, I think, definitely run into, some fields like welding and some of them fill up so fast, and then there's not a lot more choices, for them to pick from. Well, I don't want to go into nursing, or I don't want to be a hairdresser, whatever, cosmetology. I think that would be the problem, if they went juniors and seniors, they've already established that they're in those programs until they finish, and then, they maybe can look at it then,
It just has to start somewhere though.
but. Well, right, yeah, I mean, if there was some way that they could put something, give them some basic skills, maybe as 9th graders and 10th graders, then let them feed into the junior, senior programs that they could really want to.
I remember years ago, the Career Center wanted the high schools to have more of those basic skills. So when they came to the Career Center, they could hit the ground running instead of starting from day one. So maybe if we could look at coordinating curriculum between the two.
Well, the only problem with that is it doesn't do anything for the freshmen. The incoming freshmen, high school's not gonna do anything for the incoming freshmen because they're coming out of middle school. But if they could get a few of those freshmen in there, and it's easy to identify, I just know it is, in the middle schools, identify those individuals that, let's say the person went into carpentry, and then their second one, they wanted to go into welding, whatever, or masonry, or whatever it was, and coordinate the two together, but you have to start somewhere if you're going to open it up to freshmen. And I just think it's very important to get them started because what happened before was, by the time a child or student got there whenever they were a junior, first of all, the freshman and sophomore year, they had to maintain grades, they had to maintain good discipline and attendance. Some of these students, they never made it because of that. But if they could start off as a freshman doing those things, because so many times you go to the technical center there, you see they're all engaged. They're engaged there because they want to be there and they need to be there. So.
Correct me, Lord, right? In welding class, they had how many welds? Was it 12 of those units? Welding units?
Yeah.
Okay, and I forget how many thousands of dollars they, cost. Didn't you say when we open up the one at Burke,
Oh, yeah. we'll
they're
have-
gonna have 4 or 5
5
welding
or
units,
6, yeah. We decided.
6 welding units.
Six,
So maybe a lot of freshmen and sophomores, you know,
Part
they
of,
can start there and get some,
part of the issue with welding is supervision. You can only have a couple of those. Students at a
Right,
time and
right.
one instructor.
So that's what I'm saying, there'll be a limited
That's why they keep
number.
those numbers limited.
Yeah, and then by the time they get to be junior, senior, then they can take what little knowledge they have there and take it with them to the career center.
Could be a great pipeline.
Yeah, great, you know,
To get on.
so, like I say, it's, you know, you give me your ideas, write it down, give it to me, and I'll take it down to Mr. Collins and can put on.
Because I see the welding is number 2 and cosmetology is number 1 with the amount of students going there. You know, so.
Miss Fancy, you reminded me, we had math field day today.
Oh,
Would you like to say anything, Julie? We had a great turnout. Did you say it was?
Oh, more parents here than I've seen in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Kids excited, no criers for not winning.
That was a high school, what about the?
Just elementary day, middle tomorrow, high school day.
Yeah.
maybe we can bring the winners in for some
Oh, yeah.
recognitions.
I think Amy sent out the winners for elementary, so get them posted and then we'll
First,
go on.
second, third, 2 alternates.
So,
All right, thank you. Anything else?
No.
All right. Take up consent items. Is there a motion to approve consent items as presented by the superintendent?
I so moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on consent items? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. New business. These are the annual updates in front of you for the CEFP. We'll need a motion to approve this annual update for the CEFP. Bring it to the floor.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded, discussion.
I do have to make a few other updates to it, like Julie, my great coworker, friend, pointed out, there were some numbers on there, and I didn't think the numbers were, they were enrollment numbers, so I got to correct those. And I've got to get this to the WDE and the SBA, all sometime. And there are a few other, just nomenclature mistakes that I made.
This is your first
This
process.
is my first one. I'm learning that there weren't a lot of changes. There were several updates, not changes.
And I don't know whether this is the right place or not. I mean, is there anything else with the schools, I look at Mountaineer, Middle, Bird, all, is there anything in regard to the options of the 2 schools?
No, that's not
in
what
there?
any of them is.
That won't be on this.
All they're interested in is that we followed our plans, we consolidated schools, and we closed schools.
Okay, so once we close, doesn't matter what's done with the.
They have no.
I think
Contracts were signed.
there's one point to note, and that's on the 4th page. I just think that, we should mention that when it comes down to new schools, and we've been, I think as a board, we've been very good at looking at being cost effective in our improvements, capital improvements. But if you look down at the action step 3, number 1, it'll tell you what the cost of replacement back in 2020 was of WI and Northview Elementary. WI was roughly 29 million, just over 29 million to replace in 2020. And Northview was just shy of 17 million. So by not building new schools, we had a cost avoidance of $46 million.
One old number.
Yeah, on old numbers, right, but that's the kind of thing that we're trying to look at, right? We understand the need for updates in schools, and we would love to build new schools, but, I think right now with the current
condition and the current climate of construction, you know, a new middle school and a new high school would be well upwards of $50 million, $60 million.
You know, and I think that plays well with the SBA too, you know, they know that we make big moves for that cost avoidance, with future applications. We're kind of moving forward ahead of a lot. I mean, this county's done a lot of work since last April. I mean, if you just think about it.
Yeah, I think we've been very aggressive.
They
And
were
I,
very complimentary when I went down to do the presentation about decisions that's been made. Let's move this forward.
And did you tell them to show us the money?
show us.
I did.
And it's not been easy. We've not had easy decisions to make, but, you know, we've stuck by it. Thank you, everyone, for sticking by your decisions, and thank you for, you know, putting the plan together. Thank you for money and getting everything ready. And thank you guys for all that you've done with the CFP, and I'm ready to move forward with more stuff as well.
What's in there?
Right. Progress, ready for progress.
It's progress.
Any discussion, further discussion? Thank you, Kate. I'm sorry, I didn't thank you, but thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, brings us down to the State of West Virginia, Section 457, Deferred Retirement Plan. Is there a motion to approve the adoption of the resolution to become participant in the State of West Virginia 457 Deferred Retirement Plan to be effective January 1st, 2026?
Is that what the gentleman here?
Yes.
Okay. I can't remember. You know, to me,
Well, let's get on the floor.
I so moved.
Okay, let's get on the floor first.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion.
well, it comes down to, it's the people's money. They ought to be, I think they ought to be allowed to put it where they want to put it and, you know, because it's their retirement, their future. So to deny them an opportunity to, you know, to invest some of the money in another area, which is to help them supposedly to grow and have a better retirement. I think that it is, you know, more opportunities is better. Just we said, had back when I was thinking about it.
I think we owe it as a board to study this more individually. I know I do, because have one person come in and give you information and that's it, and then we both want to accept that. I have to study it more. I can't do that in one session here. I don't think it's that big of a hurry that we have to vote on it in one session.
So I will say that it's November 18th, and it's going to January 1st, is that what it was? January, to go into place January 1st, we would need to put it on a future agenda really soon. So I don't think we have many meetings left.
December, what's the second to next meeting?
Meetings left, yeah. So if it's the will of the board to table this until that December 11th meeting,
Second, yeah.
December 2nd meeting, then we need to make sure that it's on there for a vote by that point in time. Would that give you enough time to implement? All right, so if that's the will of the board to table, then I would ask that there would be a motion to table this.
I move that we table this, the West Virginia Section 457 until the next meeting, so we have time to, if any individual wants to look at it, I know I do, so, but it's the will of the board.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on tabling this state 457 plan? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Table till the December 2nd meeting. Next, we have memorandum of understanding between Liberty University with Harrison County Schools for clinical placement of pre-service teachers, student teachers, and residents. Is there a motion to approve the MOU with Liberty University?
So moved.
Is there a second? Is there a second? If there's no second, then this would die, and there would not be an MOU effective with Liberty University.
We could second it and have discussion.
Yes.
I'll second that, then, so we can have a discussion.
Right, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
In the agreement, it doesn't say that this teaching program is approved by the West Virginia Department of Education. It just says it is approved by the Virginia Department of Education. I'm a little concerned about that. And I don't know much about the actual teacher education program from Liberty University either. I mean, we always accepted West Liberty, which when I first saw was my mistake. I thought it was West Liberty. So we know the West Liberty education program, we know the WVU education program, we know the Fairmont State education program, and then Marshall University teacher.
All the state ones.
Okay, we understand that they are, very good teacher education programs. I'm not familiar with this particular program, and since it's not really approved by the West Virginia Department of Education, I'm a little bit weary.
Ms. Leesburg's not here. I can speak to that. When I was in personnel, we had an agreement with Liberty. We had all the kids here. They were graduates of Liberty High School, and they went to Liberty University, and they did clinical placements here. So we have had them before, and there's reciprocity with any, like when we did Grand Canyon University, we have an agreement with them. We have a student that's student teaching with us. There's reciprocity. They get their license wherever the college is at, and then the state takes it. It's just a fee to bring it to the state. We do that often with
The
certificates.
state honors their license.
Yes, it's reciprocity with most of these states. PA is the most difficult, for whatever reason, if you see a college in PA.
So we have somebody who's wanting to do the student teaching.
Yeah, they're already here and they have a teacher placement. I mean, they've already asked to be here in the spring. And we've had Liberty students before. I can name a couple that we've had, they're now teaching. So I mean, it's not an unusual ask.
And I was asking Mrs. Mancini too, that since they're out of state, they're aware that it's our curriculum that they teach and the mentors would be.
Oh, yeah, it's
Supervising.
whatever that supervising teacher is doing in the classroom. It's not really any different. As far as and their cooperating teachers are really all online. So it's our supervising teachers. I mean, they're mainly supervised online. I mean, teams. It's our people. It's training them.
So where is?
But we've had them before.
Where's the placement incorporated?
Oh, I don't, Tammy does that, because Tammy deals with that. But we have had,
That's what I thought. Usually it's locals that are coming back.
yes, I can tell you the one that we had when I was in personnel. She was a student that was actually in school with my son. That's how I knew her. But we've used them, we've had several. from
So-
Liberty.
Another question. So where the students, for instance, here, they have to complete 150 direct teaching hours. Is that different for university, or is that state mandated? Some universities don't require the 150 hours, or more than 150 hours.
It's different, whatever, yeah, I think even WVU's has changed. They do a year-long clinical now. But it's very different.
Fairmont State year long.
Some of it's all online. I mean, we have universities that do everything online, and they still get a teaching certificate through the state. The state evaluates their transcripts. I mean, this is allowing them to do their student teaching, then everything's sent to our state department for an evaluation. They either certify them or don't, based on their transcripts. But we have several that come from other states, and we just ask for a reciprocity certificate, and they just have reciprocity.
Do the other agreements have anything to do with, do they state anything about, Smith was talking about, like the West Virginia State Board of Education approves, or?
That's just usually their MOUs.
Yeah.
I don't know the ones from like Linville and stuff state that. I think it's their own stuff. I mean, it's pretty standard. It's just one that's, and there's probably one or two students that went there for college and then they want to come back here and teach.
So we
And
have
a lot of
one for next
times-
one right now.
Yeah, a lot of universities anymore are, days gone by when they would set up their, clinical placements and all that, they put that all on the students now. Students have to find their teacher, they have to reach out, and they're usually reaching out to Ms. Leesburg, and then there's a contact at the college that we get a hold of, and they send us a copy of their agreement, student teaching agreement. They put that, even the university, WVU require, those students are finding their own placements.
That's not right.
I think Fairmont still finds the placements, but most colleges now are asking the students to do that. And I just always work with them, even if I see them when they come in personnel, because they scramble, because they don't know people, they don't know what they're talking about even. But that has changed a lot in the last 5 or 6 years. And I noticed it when I was in personnel. They would just walk in my office and say, I need a student teach somewhere, and then you start talking to them.
I'll be blunt, that's lazy.
Yeah. So
But the
that's
thing-
where that is different, it's very different.
But Fairmont State has the collaborative too, so they have those built-in relationships
still
with
have
over
a
30
point.
schools.
Yes.
That makes a difference.
So we don't know who this cooperating teacher is?
I don't know. Ms. Leesburg would know.
Who's the, what's the issue with the dates? It says August 1st, 2025, and it was signed by the university's representative on March 13th, 2025.
That's something Tammy would have worked with them on. Maybe she's just ran it. Well, it's got August 1st, 25 till the 28th.
Right.
Well, that's another thing. Glenville's a perfect example. We signed an annual agreement with them for free service teachers. Now they're going to 3-year. They're asking us to do 3-year ones instead of annually updating these. All
So
the
is it
time.
possible we still have an agreement in place with the university?
I would say not, because this one says the 1st of August 1st through August 1st, 28th. I would say not. I don't know why it has this name, unless the student teacher,
Wonder she's
is not
coming in March.
starting. I would say she's probably
Coming in March.
either March or in the spring, in second semester, I'd say. But
2025, 2026.
2026.
But the agreement starts, the agreement is stating here that the period is covered by August 1st, 2025 to August 1st, 2028.
2028.
I'd say that's their standard contract.
I think it's a standard 3-year, beginning in August.
And they probably had student teachers starting in August, but they're in Virginia.
Yeah, that's the standard. But
Well, if you've had a MOU with them before and there was a problem, couldn't see a problem there.
we have, like, we've had several students.
Any further discussion or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. No old business, no policy updates. I'd like to take the legal, actually, you know what? We'll go to personnel matters first. Is there a motion to approve the personnel matters as presented? Oh, sorry,
We have to, if you look at Rose Ross,
Mhm.
retirement, it says that she's actually retiring January 1, 2025.
Okay.
It needs to say 2026.
I saw that
So
over.
we only have to voice out loud that we need to change that to 2026. Here, okay.
So is there a motion to approve the personnel agenda recommended by the superintendent with the adjustment that Rose Roth retirement should have been 1/1/26 and not 25?
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second,
Is there any discussion?
I have one. Do we know what we're doing with the, cover planning period teacher position at Lower Elementary and the health teacher, at Robert Seaver position at this time? We don't know.
On the agenda? Which one are you talking? I just did
On page 2, letter B.
who's in the positions, because we're not allowing them to move.
And now, do we know what we're gonna, no, I just wanted to know, do we know what we're doing with those 2 positions once they're vacated?
On
No.
but we'll definitely look at those.
I hope lumber reports are going to continue to have legal physical education.
But it's not till next year.
Right.
But it's still our planning period.
But all known vacancies, are put on the list in February, like, so when we're doing personnel, any known vacancies for next year will be listed, and those will all be.
Evaluated?
Yeah. So, and they, we, do not post after a certain period, usually February. We quit posting those positions in case we need it for transfers, or we kind of keep those positions there for folks that maybe.
Ms. Mancini, could you speak to that one there?
For the Lumberport Elementary one, that one will stay because they have 2 planning periods, each is total in the building, and that is why that. They're keeping him to the end of the year because they don't have somebody to replace him.
Right.
So that, I think that position will stay.
You know, we just about have to, that's why.
Yes, there's no way to provide planning for the teachers.
Right.
Without. And that's one of your, things that you could be held, not compliant for is not having a certified visit. That they try to find someone certified visit. If not, then they do somebody who is kind of, that's why it's posted that way. Sometimes they're on this week.
Well, and then I wasn't real sure about staffing it on report, you know what I mean?
That's the position you can't do.
You have 2 of everything. Grade levels.
Oh, okay,
They have 2.
okay.
Any further discussion? Questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, legal and disciplinary matters. This brings us down to item 12. Is there a motion to accept superintendent's recommendation for suspension of employee as presented?
It's item 11.
Number 12, oh, sorry, number 11, suspension of employee.
It's right below personnel.
Oh, if you want to discuss it in personnel, I would, personnel.
Under pursuant to 6-9-42 West Virginia Code of Order, executive session to discuss personnel and personnel matters which if discussed in public find person reputation of the person.
Is there a motion to go into executive session for personnel? Is there a second? Second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We adjourn. Ready?
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are back in regular session. Brings us down to the suspension of employee A. Is there a motion to accept the recommendation of the superintendent for the suspension of employee A?
So moved.
Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? This is for a suspension of Russ McKean. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Brings us down to board member comments. Mr. Tucker.
We love making these presentations for folks, for our students and coaches, teachers that come before us. I know there's been kind of a little controversy on, we haven't had everybody in. Well, you can't, if everybody's in here tonight, we wouldn't have room, okay? So we certainly get folks in, we want to recognize everybody. And they're on agenda. Just have to bring them in a few at a time. And that's a good problem to have, actually, if you think about it. That's all.
Mr. Oak.
No, I'd like to say it's, what the coach said from Liberty is it showed like so many people when we started this journey of having to consolidate, that they would never get along, kids would never blend together, and this just goes to show you that really our kids know a lot more than their parents do when it comes to, yes, we can get along, we'll make this work. And this is very in the way that the program's going there. And look at Robert C. Byrd, that's never going to work. I listened the other night to the news after the playoffs, and Byrd made the upset, and they had the highlights, and the guy named about 8 of the kids or 9 of the kids from Liberty that blended in with him. It was a big part, intricate part of Byrd being successful, and now Byrd lives to play another day. That was a big upset for the state. State recognizes it. So, like I said, sometimes I think we as adults kind of got to just step back and let our kids, work and make their decisions.
Ahead of time, wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and those that are, well, you can do it too. And everyone who's traveling, safe travels, and I hope all our staff has a restful week.
Ms. Smith.
Well, you stole my thunder there, Ms. Dr. Santilli. Again, happy Thanksgiving from all of us to all of you out there.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
No, and I'll say, it's a pleasure recognizing people and recognizing students. We've said it before, we'll say it again, we have great student athletes in Harrison County. We have a great community that supports our students. We have great staff that teaches our students. We have great students, and academically, artistically, and athletically, and I think that's a AAA right there. So I don't have anything else. Happy Thanksgiving. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second.